Weird birds in Peru, a US naval officer found washed up on the coast of Madagascar, and alien tech in Hong Kong. It's Doctor Who time, baby. So Praxeus is the 6th episode of Series 12 of Doctor Who, and it was a bit of a weird one. Seeing the return of Pete McTay, who wrote one of my favourites last season in Kerblam, I was very intrigued to see what he would offer up a second time around. Now compared to the twists and turns of last week, Praxeus takes a bit more of a backseat from the bigger story arc and plays more as your standard standalone episode. And all the better for it in my opinion. The story has quite a cool premise from the get-go and takes place over multiple locations, linked together by a string of mysteries, and it's up to the TARDIS team to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Weird birds in Peru. A US naval officer found... we've done that bit. Pretty much there's this alien bacteria which has been brought to Earth and feeds off the many microplastics which pollute our planet and is being spread around by birds consuming them and then spreading the disease. I've seen a lot of people compare this episode to Orphan 55 based off of its environmental themes, and although I can understand why, I don't think that's a fair comparison, because unlike in that story, the environmental element is established straight from the get-go and is actually woven into the plot. It isn't brought in as a twist, and at no point do any of the characters turn around to the audience and say, "Hey, plastic is bad, you better recycle. Recycle now or you will become a hideous monster." Because it's very clear from the offset that yes, we probably could do better. Although I still find it dumb that Gabriella and her friend chose the camp in amongst this. Like, the path you were on was fine. Are you really telling me that you didn't pass anywhere better than this? Just, why would you, why? Oh yeah, that's right, so one of them can die to ramp up the stakes. Anyway, on the topic of things not making sense, let's get into our abundance of characters. Now, something that I can compare this episode to Orphan 55 is that there are way too many characters, and although, yes, again, handled better here, 50 minutes isn't enough time to get the development they need. So much so that there's a character that when they're on the beach, they just send away to keep an eye out. Yes, you wait out here with the killer birds, and we'll just go off into this nice sheltered shed thing. Good luck! Anyway, yes, characters. First of all, we have Gabriella Camera. Well, was her last name actually Camera? Yeah, she's this annoying vlogger girl who set up the camp in Peru, and later goes off to help Yaz. Then we have Jamelia Velez, Gabriella's friend who's there just to die. Then we have Jake Wills, an ex-copper who is afraid of travelling and doesn't think he's good enough. And then we have his boyfriend, Adam Lang, an astronaut who has caught the disease and spends most of his time with the Doctor as she tries to work out a cure. Although, I don't know if this is a nitpick or not, but I did find it odd that everyone else that was shown to have the disease died within a few seconds of having it. Yeah, Adam managed to hang on for the duration of the episode. I don't know if maybe it was something in his spacesuit or something that was keeping him alive. Yeah, I did find that a bit convenient. But that said, these two were probably my favourite part of the episode. I bought into their relationship. They did probably also have the most screen time, so that did help as well. Next on the list, Aramu. Yeah, he was sort of there just to be killed. He was the guy that was sent away to keep an eye out and then got munched by the birds. Alright, who do we have next? Oh, okay, an actual interesting character. Suki Chang, a scientist who had been looking into the disease. But at the end there's a big twist that she is actually an alien and the last of her kind, and she brought the virus here and stuff. And then of course we have our TARDIS team, which consists of the people that travel in the box. You know the bunch. Dr. Nasty, Chase Host, Plank of Wood, and I Want to Do More, who, funnily enough, did actually do a bit more. So, let's get into some highlights. Yaz was actually given stuff to do this week, actually challenging the Doctor, and going off to do her own thing. Something I like about Pete McTay's writing is that he does a really good job of splitting up the companions, so we're never wasting any time, and the characters are given a chance to come into their own. It's just a shame that we had so many. I know a few people thought that this felt a little out of character for her, but then again, if having a character is out of character, I'm for it. Other things I liked, Graham's talk on the beach to Jake was a lovely moment. We actually had good gay representation, who weren't there just to be killed off. So yeah, that was good. And I thought the actual virus itself looked great, and the birds made for some pretty creepy imagery as well. But now it's time for the stuff that didn't quite work for me. I think this episode started off at a really nice pace for the first 15-20 minutes, but as it continued to go along, it started to get a bit sloppy. We're going around all these different locations and trying to juggle all of these different characters, and it just felt a bit all over the place. There were some moments that felt very rushed and just, okay, we have to do this now, and other scenes that would just go on a little bit too long. Yeah, I don't know if that was a problem with them trying to do too much at once, or if it just could have been better executed. Other flaws, the Doctor telling Ryan to dissect the bird because he would have done it at school, despite the fact that they had abolished that in 2010. So, unless he did it at primary school, that just doesn't add up. Yeah, too many characters, as I've said. Maybe the ending was a bit rushed as well, but that was about it. Overall, I'd say I quite enjoyed Praxeus. I thought it was a good time, with interesting ideas and a well portrayed message. It's probably not going to go down as a classic or anything, but if you're looking for 50 minutes of fun, this will certainly do the job. I give Praxeus a 7 out of 10. And there we go. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and Thomas will see you soon with his review of Can You Hear Me?